When were you picked up by the police? At what time?
Like I was telling that we started debating. I produced a paper which is called The Peak of Kenya Nationalism in colonial Kenya, and that paper actually started the debate in the university, and it was during this period that I had actually collected a lot of material. I had actually produced I have already given the publisher the first book, which is Thunder from the Mountain. Actually, I was with the publisher, and I was working with the Kinyatti document, trying to translate them. It was during this period between 79 and 82. Basically, I have already put together material, and I have given a Z Press in London actually to publish those. I was still doing my major work actually to write the history of Mau Mau, what I was working with, and basically that one has never finished. This was small part actually of large research I was doing, and as I was given them. But between 79 and 82, I have actually basically finished the Thunder from the Mountains, and of course Kenya freedom struggle, and I have given to the publisher.
When you were picked up in 1982, it was after the coup?
No,
it was before the coup?
It was before the coup. I was picked up in June, on June 2nd, 1982.
82.
Yes.
And when you were picked up, did you know that it was because of the research you're doing, or did you know anything about the reasons, that the government was?
No, when they came to my house, I wasn't there, and therefore when I went, they say I should go and to see them. They had done a research in my house. Search, not the research. Yeah. They have done search in my house. They had taken a lot of Mau Mau or material, the research files, which with Mau Mau material. So I have the idea actually. Basically, they are going to ask him about that, because they took a lot of them, about 29 files of the Mau Mau research I was doing, and therefore I have that idea, even before I went. And that's why I went to the police station, basically, to ask them why they have taken they've taken all my research work.
What police station was that?
Huh?
What police station was that?
It was in CID's headquarters in Nairobi, the Kinyatti police station.
Kinyatti police station.
Yeah, I was taken there. Then, in fact, when I went there, I did not even stay there. Immediately, I was arrested when I went there, and I was taken to the special branch, police headquarters in Nairobi. And this is where I find all my books, the whole, everything they have taken from me were there. Some of them were reading the material, yeah. Some of them going through my books, and all this.
Can you tell us what the questioning was all about? How did they approach you?
Yes, the first when I went in, there were about 70 police men going through my books and my files, and when I went there, of course I was chained, handcuffed, and immediately I went there. They removed the chains, and then I was told to take my clothes off. So when I took the clothes off, they chained I was naked, completely naked, facing the 70 policemen, the special branch. And of course, they chained my hands on the chair, so I could not move at all. Nilikuwa kabisa nimefungwa kabisa na mikono ilikuwa inafungwa kwa viti, kwa kiti. And therefore, they started asking questions. Why I was doing, the most important, why was I doing research on the Mau Mau movement? Did I have permission to do it? Don't I know that the Mau Mau issue is sensitive, very political, and that my aim was basically to divide the people of Kenya. I was not doing research. It was not research I was doing. It was basically my research was political. It tried to divide the people of Kenya. And then they told me, don't you know that Kinyatti say, we all fought for independence in our own way. Why should I continue doing research? We will divide the nation. Instead of doing a research which actually will be able to contribute to the national building. This is basically the line of the question they're asking.
How do you respond to their questions? I mean, the first questions.
No, I was very firm in that. On that, basically, I told them that I felt I had the responsibility to the people of Kenya as a historian to write the history of Mau Mau, and to write the history of Mau Mau was not a crime against the state, and therefore I don't know why they were asking me those questions. Then they asked me, "Did you get a permit?" I say I did not need a permit. I think I told them I was writing history of Kenya, and therefore I did not need permit from them, from anybody else. Well, they continue asking a lot of questions. Of course, after that they ask other more questions, political questions about my political belief. And they accuse me of being a Marxist, of being organized student against the state, and other many questions. Actually, I spent 3 nights chained to a chair. No food, no water, no blanket at all. I was naked.
You mean 3 days?
3 days.
Night and day, you were chained to a chair, and you were being questioned continuously.
Exactly, continuously.
No food.
Yeah, no.
And by 7 people, or were they changing?
No, they changed. Friday there were 7 of them. Saturday there were about 3 of them. The person who was in charge was called Rono, and he was in charge of the interrogation, and he's the one who actually is asking a lot of questions. Rono, yes, he was in charge of the special branch Nairobi.
We always hear of a name, Okello, as far as
Opio.
detention. Opio. Opio is a very popular name. Was he also there?
Opio was there, but by that time, actually, Rono was in charge. Rono was transferred to Nyeri. Then Opio was given they call it special task.
Special task force.
Yeah, Opio actually started his job in 1985. So the torture, when actually the Nyayo house was finished, and after they built the torture chambers underground, that's Opio became in charge of the Nyayo house, torture chambers.
For the 3 days, 3 nights and days, I mean, I don't know how many hours they are. What type of torture, apart from being awake and being naked, what other parts of torture did they use to?
No, there was a lot of abuse, and there were mental torture, which was most painful, psychological torture. You are there alone, naked. You had not committed any crime against the state. You are there. Your crime is crime of thought. That you are trying to write the history of Kenya. That was the only crime. And here they chain you there, accusing you of all kind of things, abusing you. They did not beat me. I was not beaten. By 82, they were not beating people. But sometimes it's better beating than actually psychological torture. Then you are kept there, no food, naked. And you are facing these people there. You are naked, completely naked. Not even underwear. You can tell the pain of that.
Did any members of the family see you when you were...
No, I insisted very much. Yeah, that I should be allowed to call my wife to tell her that I'm okay. Constitutionally, I was supposed actually to be kept for 24 hours. After 24 hours, they would either take me to court or release me. And by that time, I should be allowed to actually to contact a member of the family to tell them I'm okay and where they should come and see me. I was not allowed to do that. I was told that I have to confess my crimes, and of course, I have to cooperate with the police before they allow me to call.
Cooperate in what manners?
The one thing, there was a lot of accusation. One thing is they want to know why I was writing the history of Mau Mau. I tried to explain. They say no. I had another motive. Two, that I was organizing the student against the government, and that I was paid. I was paid by the Soviet Union to spread communism in Kenya. And that basically there was a plan in a university to overthrow Moi's government. Exactly, this is what they are saying, that the more it was a violent history, it was armed struggle, and the government feared that if people know their history, they will be able to use the same method to overthrow the regime. And this was basically was a cover-up to prevent the people of Kenya to know their own history, to keep them ignorant of their own history, so in order that to rule them. The question you ask is very important, because it is a question of democracy, it's a question of independence, a question of liberty. You see, our people were betrayed in 1963 by Kinyatti. That Kinyatti did not met the demand of the people, the demand of the Mau Mau movement. The demand of the Mau Mau movement was that after independence, the land which were taken from the people should be given back to the people, should be taken from the settlers who actually, the British settlers who actually taken this land from them and given back to the people, the land. The most important was actually the question, the land question, which Kinyatti actually did not meet that demand. Two, the other demands was that all the people who had committed crime against the movement, all those people who killed Kenyans who are fighting for independence should be arrested and charged for the crime they had committed. Two, the Mau Mau demand that the British colonial machinery should be dismantled, and that Mau Mau army should be actually become a national army, and that the children of those people dying during the struggle for independence